Have you ever wondered what really drives human behavior? It's more fascinating and complex than you might think. Did you know that your DNA contains over 3 billion base pairs, and it plays a huge role in shaping who you are? Or that about 95% of your daily actions are driven by your subconscious mind? These facts are just the tip of the iceberg. In this video, we'll uncover the hidden forces behind our actions. From the brain's chemical messengers that control our mood to the ancient survival instincts that still influence us today, we'll dive deep into the science of what makes us tick. We'll explore how our environment shapes our minds and why cultural norms dictate much of our behavior. Plus, we'll look at the future of human behavior with AI and biological enhancements. By understanding these powerful influences, you'll gain insights into why you do what you do and how you can take control. Ready to discover the secrets of human behavioral biology? Let's get started. Chapter 1: The Genetic Blueprint, Unveiling the Secrets of DNA. Have you ever wondered why you have certain habits or preferences? The answer often lies in your DNA. Our genetic code, which is made up of over 3 billion base pairs, is like a blueprint for our bodies and behaviors. Studies show that genes can influence everything from our temperament to our risk for certain mental health conditions. For example, variations in the DRD4 gene are linked to novelty-seeking behavior, which means some of us are naturally more inclined to seek out new experiences and adventures. Interestingly, twin studies have shown that genetics account for about 50% of the variation in human behavior. This means that while our environment plays a big role, our genes also have a significant impact. A unique fact is that identical twins, who share the same DNA, are more likely to exhibit similar behaviors even if they are raised apart. As Dr. Robert Plomin, a renowned geneticist, says, DNA isn't all that matters, but it matters more than anything else. Recent advances in genetic research have also revealed the role of epigenetics, which is the study of how our behaviors and environment can cause changes that affect the way our genes work. This means that while we might have a genetic predisposition for certain behaviors, our lifestyle choices can either activate or deactivate these genes. For instance, chronic stress can trigger epigenetic changes that affect our mental health. Chapter 2: Brain Chemistry, the Silent Puppet Master. Our brain is an intricate organ, constantly buzzing with chemical activity. These chemicals, known as neurotransmitters, act as messengers, sending signals between nerve cells. Dopamine, often called the feel-good neurotransmitter, plays a crucial role in motivation and reward. When you accomplish a goal, dopamine levels rise, giving you that sense of satisfaction and driving you to pursue more rewards. Serotonin, another key neurotransmitter, is linked to mood regulation. Low levels of serotonin are associated with depression and anxiety. Did you know that about 90% of serotonin is actually produced in your gut? This is why your diet and gut health can have a significant impact on your mood and overall mental health. As Dr. David Perlmutter explains in his book, Brainmaker, the gut-brain connection is no longer just a theory, it's a fact. Oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone, enhances social bonding and trust. It's released during activities like hugging, childbirth, and even when you pet your dog. Studies show that higher levels of oxytocin can lead to increased empathy and social bonding. This hormone plays a pivotal role in forming strong social connections and building trust within relationships. Interestingly, imbalances in these neurotransmitters can lead to various mental health issues. For example, an excess of dopamine can contribute to conditions like schizophrenia, while a deficiency is linked to Parkinson's disease. By understanding and managing our brain chemistry, we can improve our mental health and overall well-being. Chapter 3: The Evolutionary Instinct, Survival of the Wisest. Our ancestors' survival strategies are deeply embedded in our behaviors today. Evolution has shaped our instincts and responses, helping us navigate the modern world. For instance, the fight-or-flight response, which is our body's automatic reaction to perceived threats, was crucial for our ancestors' survival. This response is triggered by the release of adrenaline, preparing the body to either confront or flee from danger. Another fascinating aspect of evolutionary biology is the concept of survival of the wisest. Intelligence and the ability to learn from experiences have been key factors in human evolution. Research shows that our large brains and advanced cognitive abilities are a result of millions of years of evolution. As Charles Darwin noted, it is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. The evolutionary perspective also explains our social behaviors. Humans are inherently social creatures, and our ability to form complex social networks has been vital for our survival. Cooperation, empathy, and social bonding have allowed us to thrive as a species. Studies suggest that social connections can even impact our health and longevity. For example, individuals with strong social ties have a 50% increased likelihood of survival compared to those with weaker social connections. Interestingly, many of our modern behaviors, such as our preferences for high-calorie foods, can be traced back to our evolutionary past. Our ancestors needed to consume energy-dense foods to survive, and this preference has been passed down through generations. Understanding these evolutionary instincts can help us make better choices in our daily lives. Chapter 4: The Power of the Subconscious: Hidden Influences on Behavior. Our subconscious mind is a powerful force, influencing our actions without us even realizing it. This part of the mind processes information below our conscious awareness, driving habits and automatic responses. According to research, up to 95% of our daily actions are governed by our subconscious mind. This means most of what we do is on autopilot. One fascinating aspect is how our subconscious picks up on subtle cues and body language, affecting how we interact with others. For example, we might instinctively trust someone who mirrors our body language, thanks to our subconscious picking up on these non-verbal signals. Dr. Joseph Murphy, in his book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, emphasizes, the subconscious mind is like a fertile garden. Whatever you plant in it will grow. Our subconscious is also responsible for our gut feelings. These intuitive hunches are often accurate because they are based on our brain's ability to process vast amounts of information quickly. Studies show that people who trust their gut instincts tend to make better decisions in uncertain situations. Interestingly, our subconscious mind can be reprogrammed through practices like positive affirmations and visualization. Athletes often use these techniques to enhance their performance. By repeatedly visualizing success, they train their subconscious to expect and achieve it. This is backed by neuroscience, which shows that mental practice can enhance the same neural pathways as physical practice. Chapter 5: Environmental Sculptors: How Surroundings Mold Our Minds. Our environment plays a crucial role in shaping our thoughts and behaviors. From the colors of the walls to the sounds we hear, everything around us influences our mental state. Research indicates that green spaces and natural light can significantly boost our mood and productivity. A study published in the Journal of Environmental Psychology found that workers in offices with windows reported higher levels of job satisfaction and well-being. Noise levels also impact our behavior. Constant exposure to loud noise can increase stress levels and impair cognitive function. On the other hand, listening to calming music can reduce anxiety and improve focus. As Daniel Goleman notes in his book, Emotional Intelligence, environment shapes our emotional habits. The concept of environmental psychology suggests that our surroundings can either enhance or hinder our ability to perform tasks. For instance, cluttered and chaotic spaces can lead to feelings of overwhelm and decreased productivity. By organizing our spaces and creating a calming environment, we can foster better mental health and efficiency. Marie Kondo's philosophy of tidying up, as described in her book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, highlights the profound impact of a tidy environment on our well-being. Interestingly, even the temperature of a room can affect our behavior. Studies have shown that warmer temperatures can make people more generous and cooperative, while colder environments can make them more withdrawn. By paying attention to these environmental factors, we can create spaces that support our mental and emotional health. Chapter 6: Cultural Codes: The Social Scripts We Follow. Culture has a profound influence on our behavior, shaping our values, beliefs, and actions. From the way we greet each other to the norms around dining, cultural codes dictate much of our daily life. For example, in many Asian cultures, respect for elders is deeply ingrained, influencing how younger people interact with their seniors. These social scripts are learned from a young age and become second nature. One interesting aspect is how cultural differences affect our perception of time. In the book, The Geography of Time, Robert Levine explains that people in different cultures view time differently. For instance, in many Western cultures, punctuality is highly valued, while in some Latin American cultures, a more relaxed approach to time is common. These differences can sometimes lead to misunderstandings in cross-cultural interactions. Our cultural background also influences our communication styles. High-context cultures, like Japan, rely heavily on non-verbal cues and implicit messages, while low-context cultures, like the United States, emphasize direct and explicit communication. Understanding these differences can improve our ability to communicate effectively with people from diverse backgrounds. Interestingly, cultural norms can also shape our health behaviors. For example, in Mediterranean cultures, the tradition of communal meals and a diet rich in vegetables, fruits, and olive oil contributes to lower rates of heart disease. This highlights the importance of cultural practices in promoting health and well-being. By being aware of these cultural codes, we can navigate social interactions more smoothly and build better relationships with people from different backgrounds. As Edward T. Hall, a pioneer in cultural studies, once said, "Culture is the silent language." Understanding this language can open doors to more meaningful connections and a deeper appreciation of the diverse world we live in. Chapter 7: Stress Responses. The good, the bad, and the transformative. Stress is a double-edged sword. In small doses, it can motivate us to perform better. But chronic stress can wreak havoc on our health. When we face a stressful situation, our body releases cortisol, preparing us to respond. This is the fight-or-flight response, a survival mechanism from our evolutionary past. Interestingly, not all stress is bad. Eustress, or positive stress, can help us grow and improve. For example, the excitement before a big presentation can boost our performance. As Kelly McGonigal explains in her book, The Upside of Stress, when you change your mind about stress, you can change your body's response to it. Chronic stress, however, is a different story. It can lead to serious health problems like heart disease, anxiety, and depression. According to the American Psychological Association, chronic stress is linked to 6 leading causes of death, including heart disease and cancer. Managing stress effectively is crucial for maintaining good health. One effective strategy for managing stress is mindfulness meditation. Studies show that mindfulness can reduce stress and improve mental clarity. By focusing on the present moment, we can break the cycle of negative thinking that often accompanies stress. As John Kabat-Zinn, a mindfulness expert, says, mindfulness is about being fully awake in our lives. Another powerful tool is exercise. Physical activity releases endorphins, which are natural stress relievers. Even a short walk can make a big difference. Additionally, practicing gratitude can shift our focus from what's wrong to what's right, reducing stress and improving overall well-being. Chapter 8: Behavioral Economics, the Science of Decision-Making. Behavioral economics is a fascinating field that combines psychology and economics to understand how we make decisions. Traditional economics assumes we are rational actors, but behavioral economics shows that we often make irrational choices. For example, the anchoring effect means we rely too heavily on the first piece of information we receive. This can skew our decisions, like when a high initial price makes subsequent prices seem more reasonable. One classic experiment by Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky revealed that people are more likely to take risks to avoid losses than to achieve gains. This is known as loss aversion. Kahneman's book, Thinking, Fast and Slow, explains, the fear of losing is twice as powerful as the joy of gaining. Another interesting concept is nudging, a strategy to influence behavior subtly without restricting choices. For example, placing healthier foods at eye level in a cafeteria can nudge people to make better dietary choices. This technique has been used successfully in various fields, from public health to finance. Understanding these biases can help us make better decisions. For instance, being aware of the availability heuristic, where we judge the likelihood of events based on how easily we can recall them, can prevent us from overestimating the probability of rare events. By recognizing our cognitive biases, we can make more informed and rational choices. One practical tip is to use pre-commitment strategies to stick to our goals. For example, setting up automatic savings plans can help us save more money without relying on willpower. Behavioral economics provides valuable insights into our decision-making processes, helping us navigate the complexities of daily life more effectively.